Good morning, everyone. It is time for breakfast, brunch, the holidays, the weekend, anytime you want. This is a classic quiche recipe. Now, a quiche recipe is an egg-based dish that's cooked in a pie crust, and you can put all kinds of delicious flavors, ingredients into it to make it your own. I'm going to show you my style. Y'all let me know what your style is. We're going to take some pork sausage. Now this is by Jimmy Dean, and I love the flavor of it for a quiche. We're going to be using about half a pound. Now you want to make sure you cook your meat first before you put it into the quiche, because it's not going to take long for a quiche to cook, but it's not going to be able to cook raw meat in it. I'm going to put this on a medium heat. Now I'm going to add a quarter of an onion that I've diced up very small, and I'm just going to cook that with the sausage. So let's break it up. Now if you want to make bacon, you can do that and add crisp bacon to the quiche. If you want ham, you can dice up ham and put that in the quiche. Now I am going to be sauteing down some spinach in with my sausage once that it is browned all the way through. But you don't have to use spinach. You can use like bell peppers, different colors to make it really pretty, especially around Christmas time, right? So you want to cook up the bell pepper, and I would cook it up with the onion and the sausage. That way it's nice and soft before it goes in the oven, so it's not crunchy. So that's the trick to a quiche, is you want to make sure your meat is cooked through and your vegetables are cooked through, whatever you're putting in there. Now, if you have my first cookbook, this recipe is in there, and that's this one right here, which is Making Home Cooking Simple, Easy, and Delicious. So it's the quiche recipe in here that I'm using. Other than that, this recipe is found in my recipe blog, catherinesplates.com. Just type in quiche and see what I got over there. I have different versions of quiche. The sausage is browned and all broken up. We're going to go ahead and add about 2 to 3 ounces of fresh spinach. Now this will cook down a lot. Once it starts cooking down, we're going to turn off the heat. We're going to let that residual heat from the sausage and the pan finish wilting down the spinach. This is a good combo for a quiche. If y'all have other variations, let me know, because I'd sure like to try them. We're going to take the mixture and we're going to place it into our pie crust. Now I'm just using a frozen 9-inch pie crust. Just pulled it right out of my freezer. You can use any variety. If you want to use the refrigerated pie crust, you can just pull one out, unroll it into a pie plate, flute the edges, or you can make your own pie crust if you want to do that. Now this is okay that it came out of the freezer. It thawed for just a little bit while we were making the recipe here. So we're just going to loosely place it into the bottom of the crust. We want that egg mixture that we're going to make to go all in between the sausage and that. Get down there to the bottom. There we go. That looks good. Spread that spinach out. All right, let's set this aside and we're going to make that egg mixture. We're going to crack in 6 eggs into a medium bowl. Now these are just the large eggs. Throw them over there into my sink. Not at anybody. Nobody gets the eggshells today. I think I have a shell right there. These feels like extra large eggs to me. Let me see. Nope, large eggs, okay. We're going to add in 3/4 cup of milk. 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. I got a Mexican blend here. We always use that. We're going to add in a little bit of black pepper. We're just seasoning this to taste. 1/8 of a teaspoon to 1/4 of a teaspoon. Now salt, we're going to go a little less because we got all that cheese in there, so we'll go in with about 1/4 teaspoon. Whatever your preference is. There we go. Take your whisk. Let's blend this all together. I'm going to break those eggs up. Yeah, we're putting the cheese in the eggs. That way it disperses better. All right, I have my sausage and spinach pie over here. Now I placed the pie plate on a sheet pan. That way we don't have any dribbles off the edge there. Let's go ahead and add it over the sausage. This is our egg mixture. All right, now don't overfill. Keep an eye on your mixture here. All right, I'm going to get a spoon, spread out the cheese, kind of move it around a little bit so it can soak down into the bottom. I'm going to pull up some of that spinach a little bit, make it look pretty. I've got my oven preheating at 375 degrees. We're going to place this in the oven and bake it for 35 to 45 minutes. You want to make sure that that egg mixture is set. Keep an eye on it. If you need to put a little foil around the edges of your pie crust before it's done, then you can do that to keep it from over browning. I'll be back. All right, here's our quiche. I pulled it out at the 35-minute mark. I let it rest for 10 minutes. There was no jiggle to the eggs. It was very set, nice and golden along the edges. I'm going to take my knife. Let's cut through. I love this recipe. It's so simple. You can change it up with the amount of veggies that you want in there versus your meats. My classic quiche for breakfast, brunch, the holidays, the weekend, or anytime you want one. I'm ready for a bite. I can see that onion right there. There's my bite. This reminds me of Christmas morning. It's so delicious. It's very smooth. I love that egg mixture in there, just holding it all together, and the flavors from everything you put inside of this one. All right, y'all, don't forget that this quiche recipe can be found in my first cookbook. You can also find it at catherinesplates.com in my recipe blog. What are you making this one for? Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below if you're new to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. I'll see y'all on the next episode.